What is going on, y'all? Gonzo's Convos Season 3 still, and episode number 29. Yeah, I fucked up the numbers on the last one. That's my fault. That one was supposed to be 28. Let me fix my brightness here. My brightness is kind of fucking me up here. But yeah, this one's episode 29. All right, and this time I'm going to get the numbers right. I apologize to y'all with the mix up and everything because I know there's double fucking 27s on my shit now. And yeah. That's my fault, but this one's 29, so we got that in our minds now. Cool, great, got it. You know what I'm saying? So today we are bringing on, I guess you could say she's a TikTok micro influencer. Her name is Audrey. Not too active on Instagram, but way more active on TikTok. I actually just left her live video that she's doing right now, and I mean, hey, she got the views racking up in there. I got a little story for y'all from today because today was funny as fuck. Let's just say it has something to do with a certain post from a celebrity, and it was cool, man. Honestly, it was cool. You know, I'm used to getting hate and I'm used to getting love, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm doing me, they're doing whatever the fuck they do, and same with the celebrity. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get into that once our guest joins in. I'm gonna go ahead and send it a link. All right, so the link is sent. Now we're just waiting for for her to join. But all right, so now we can go ahead and get on to what happened, right? God damn, this fucking hand feels weird on me. Sorry. So what happened was, Sweetie, y'all know who Sweetie is. She posted something because she was on Fansly and she was one of the ring girls for the Diaz versus Paul fight. Y'all know me. Y'all that know me. I'm a Diaz fan. I'm a huge UFC fan, MMA fan, boxing fan as well. But MMA has always been bigger. You know what I'm saying? Especially sport wise, I've always been into MMA and stuff too. But um, recently, she put out a post, and if y'all notice, if y'all watch the fight highlights or the full fight, whatever y'all want to do, if you notice when you look at Sweetie in the back where she's sitting down, she's not even watching the fight. She's not watching the action that's going on. She's not getting into it. She's kind of sitting there with her legs crossed and fucking kind of has like a stank face on. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because what my fiance pointed out was, oh shit, here we go.
Hey,
Yo, my
what's
fault.
up?
How long was you in there? I just saw you now.
Oh, I just joined right now. You're good.
Oh, okay, cool. I was telling a little story, but yeah.
No, you're
Go
good.
ahead. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
My name is Audrey. TikTok, Audrey Molina on Instagram. I look key. Don't. I go live on TikTok a lot. He's here too, but um.
My fault. You're kind of cutting out a little bit.
Oh shit! Hold up. I don't know how to work this.
You're good. Are you trying to leave and come back, or what are you trying to do?
I could do.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck happened. Anyways, back to the story. So I made a comment about it. You know what I'm saying? No hate or anything. I just called it out because I thought it was funny. It is a little ridiculous, but I called it out because I thought it was funny. And some of her little fangirls kind of came in there and were like, "Yeah, she's making money, whatever." You know what I'm saying? So I was like, "Look, everybody made money that day. Like, you don't know. Like, the fighters made money. The whole fucking event made money. A lot of it. People that bet made a shit ton of money. If they bet on Paul. So I mean, in a sense, everybody made fucking money. Um,
Is it working now?
oh yeah, it's a lot better now. All right, go ahead and repeat what you were saying. My fault.
Okay. My name's Audrey on Instagram, and you're a lost hope on TikTok. I look live on TikTok with my cousin mainly. Um, we could
Okay.
just be having fun, talking.
Okay. Would you say you're like a TikTok influencer or kind of just chilling with it?
Working my way up there.
Yeah, I
Trying.
noticed you have more like I noticed you're more active with TikTok than Instagram. Am I right about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what makes you not so active with Instagram?
Uh, Honestly, don't really know how to go around with working with Instagram. My platform on Instagram by doing TikTok. So,
I get you. I get you.
yeah.
I get you. No, Instagram is kind of hard to build yourself. Like that's probably one of the hardest platforms.
Yeah.
It took me a while. It took me a long motherfucking time. You know what I mean? Like before I was podcasting. That's how long. So yeah.
How long have you been podcasting?
What
How long have you been podcasting for?
I would say a couple years now. So I started with Spotify and I was only doing audios, and then later on I started doing visuals, and then it got known enough to where I can go and put it on Apple Podcasts, and here we are today. You know,
That's dope.
and my podcast is known like it's not no generic shit. You know what I mean? It's just all about
Yeah.
networking, just catching the whole vibe, having a good vibe, and getting to know each other type of deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Oh yeah.
I
So
respect.
what would you said what?
I said I respect it.
Oh yeah, and I'm not one of those people that are like, oh, they have to be, large following people to come on the podcast. Nah, I take anybody. You know what I mean? Whoever wants to have a good vibe and chop it up gets on the podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's mostly
I
been
get you.
it's mostly been TikTok influencers, which is ironic, but yeah, they got the
Find
W on that.
creators on Instagram or TikTok.
You're asking like which one I'm more active on?
Yeah.
Definitely Instagram. Definitely Instagram. TikTok, uh, I'm more like I use it more for promoting and kind of putting my content on there, and I'll go live every once in a
Mm-hmm.
while. But I mean, it's not as often. You know what I mean? I guess
Yeah.
once every couple weeks I'll go live and see what the shit is. But yeah. So what would you say your long term and your short term goals are?
I'm not sure if I see influencing in my long term just because um but I definitely do want to finish school. I want to do all that. Maybe take the influence, not if it doesn't work out for me. I'm not really seeing this as a job, but just I like doing it on the side.
Yeah,
So
I got
that's
you.
where
I got you.
I'm at now.
So with that, I mean, you could keep doing it on the side. You know what I mean? Like as long as you have
No, yeah,
the time to do it, you could definitely keep doing it on the side while you're pursuing something that's gonna make you more money or more successful type of deal. That's what a lot of people do actually. So a lot of your influencers that you'd follow on TikTok or Instagram, they all have a second job or maybe even a third job, and they just do the
yeah.
influencing shit on the side for like a side hustle. You know what I mean? So it's good money for side hustling. But like once
Oh
you
yeah,
get big up there,
definitely.
you don't really need a job.
Yeah. I mean, I've been seeing it little by little, and I'm not even there yet. So
Yeah, just keep on growing it. You know what I mean? You
yeah,
know, my thing is though, with TikTok only being one platform, you know, I would say to start expanding more. Start using Instagram more. Get more comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? So you can start growing more platforms. Especially in case like TikTok goes downhill like it was going to. Like remember when it was gonna get shut down supposedly?
yeah,
Shit like that could happen potentially, and then you'd have to rebuild that shit back up. You know what I'm saying?
that's true. That's true.
So it would be good to get yourself good on multiple platforms. If that makes sense.
It's a lot. It's a lot easier on TikTok just speech and like everyone's always scrolling on there, and I feel like people see like people talking, like it's more just quotes and stuff rather than like actual.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. It's definitely easier to get some clout from TikTok for sure. I just haven't put enough time into it. Like I'll just throw my shit out there and then continue on. I guess.
Yeah,
But
I mean, if you put a little bit of time into everything, I'm sure it'll eventually continue on.
yeah, eventually. There's just so much weird shit and toxic shit on TikTok. It's not for me. You know what I'm saying? Like when I go live,
Yeah,
I'll get some cool ass people in, but then I'll get some weird and hateful shit, and I'm like, I don't really fuck with this.
definitely. You get some weird comments. A bunch of different people saying some stuff, saying to you.
What's the weirdest what's the weirdest comment you've gotten on the live?
Fuck. I mean, I be getting some thirsty ass mails.
Some thirsty mail, like what's an example?
Like, I mean, I'm a minor, so they but I be getting people like making sexual. I just have to kind of mute it and move on. But I've just dealt with it because, as sad as it sounds, I've kind of heard it, so it doesn't
So
really
it's like
phase me.
it's like a whatever type of thing.
So,
Especially the feet shit. I know the feet shit be going around where people like hug toes and shit, and I never understood that.
oh
But
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I be
it
getting
gives me goosebumps.
that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I was live. I think you saw it just like a few seconds ago. I already had gotten like a good 10 weird comments on there, and I was
yeah,
only live. It's just
yeah.
It was just some people, you know. There's really good, always like uplifting you, motivating you on there, but then there's also some people who are just straight out weirdos. Cannot be
And
bothered with that.
it's usually the bot accounts that have like fucking like one follower or some shit. It's usually like those that just be
Ones
on
that
some.
have the links in their bios and shit.
Yeah, it's weird as fuck. Would you say TikTok is like the most toxic app out of all of them? Out of all the social media apps?
Yeah. I mean, I don't really use any other social media platforms. Like I don't use Instagram, but I'm not active, as I said.
Yeah.
So what I know, yeah, there's definitely some weird stuff on there, but it's just,
I would
it's just.
say I would say from someone coming from that uses multiple social media platforms, I would say TikTok is definitely the most toxic one. Because Instagram, like, okay, you'll get like onesies and twosies comments that are whatever the fuck, and maybe some request messages, but it's not like as weird as TikTok, or it's not as hateful as
Definitely.
TikTok. Like TikTok, when it comes to the person going live, you got to have a filter. But the comments, it's like no one gives a shit.
Oh
The
yeah,
comments are the commenters aren't the ones that are like getting banned or anything, so they're kind of just saying whatever the fuck. You know what I mean?
yeah, and I've actually gotten banned on TikTok. I think last week.
Yep. For what'd you
Just
do?
just for kind of saying weird shit to me, you know. And
Oh yeah.
it's really rare that like if it's to a certain extent, it's just like stop writing.
No, I got you. I've probably been banned like 5 times off TikTok, and it'd be like some random
Oh.
shit like hateful speech, and I was like, I didn't even say one hateful thing.
It doesn't even tell me. I'm just assuming it's because I cussed somebody out, but
So hateful speech.
pretty much.
Damn. Yeah, TikTok is one of those weird shits. I don't know. I'm trying to learn as I go too. But
Yeah.
getting into our first topic, right? Relationships. How do you feel about them? What do you like? What are your overall thoughts on relationships in our generation?
Ooh, that is really complicated. Recently got out of a relationship.
Ooh.
Um, and stuff it's long, really long story. Um, I I feel like not a lot of people are really true with intentions are rather than what their intentions actually are. Like
Yeah.
they'll tell you that you, but then you don't know how many other people they'd be telling that to.
Yeah. Was yours kind of like a cheating situation, or like what was it?
It wasn't a cheating situation. It was more of a because I mean, me and my cousin, we have a very like playful relationship, and
Yeah.
um, I was on the phone with he heard me and my cousin like going at it, and I guess he thought that my cousin, and it just created a big old issue over nothing. I don't know. It was so.
So not gonna lie, that's kind of a stupid way to break up. Like to me, like from my understanding of relationship, that's kind of small. It's like a really small issue to break up over. Like
Yeah.
that's nothing. That's nothing big at all. Like I wonder if he had an ulterior motive, is what that
I
would
mean,
give me.
that's like I feel like it felt more of an excuse rather than a reason because it's weird because we had been good before that, and
Yeah.
then that happened. It was just like he was telling me that I was like tormenting him for, and I was like, we weren't even talking about you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah. That's a stupid way to break up. So with that being said, right? Do you feel like us going into 2024? Do you feel like relationships are kind of going uphill, or are they going downhill?
I mean, low key, they be going downhill. Like, I haven't seen any of my friends in an actual healthy relationship, and it's like,
Yeah.
it's actually really sad because, like, just all these fake, like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but
So I could tell you it still happens. Like there's still like healthy relationships that still happen, but it's super rare nowadays. If that makes sense. Like it's super rare to get into that because of how people act and how people treat each other, and then the cheating back and forth, back to back, kind of like a competition type of deal.
yeah,
It's yeah, it makes relationships very much toxic. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
a lot more complicated than it should be.
My thing is though, what like so for you, what do you look for in a significant other?
Um, I'd say respect, but like family and friends, just the way that they treat you is around, and also when other people are around,
Yeah,
because they can be two different type of people. So you're around them by yourself, or like around them with other people.
yeah.
That was my ex too. He was very like two-faced.
Uh, uh,
So
did he have what's it called, bipolar type shit, where like his mood would just switch up and change like that? That's
yeah,
dangerous. Yeah, you should have, as soon as you seen that, you should have dipped. I ain't gonna lie to you, cause that shit is scary as fuck.
it is. He's complicated person. I mean, I have no ill feelings toward him. He had his own mental, and I knew that. But I feel like that excuse. He shouldn't have used that as an excuse, but more as a like. I've been there to support him. You know what I mean? And even if he
That
didn't
yeah
want that,
yeah
like he instead
yeah.
of trying to use a whole different excuse.
Yeah, like instead of an excuse, a way to try to fix it or try to make it better type of deal. I feel that. I feel
Yeah.
that. And you said family. Family is definitely a key thing. What's your ethnicity, by the way?
I'm Hispanic.
But like I know like what nationality.
I don't. I don't know. I don't really know a lot of my family history because speak to my dad's side as much, or like my dad about it. I really don't know. I'm kind of left in the dark here.
So do you know Spanish or anything or not?
I understand it. I'm trying to learn how to speak it slowly.
Yeah.
It's getting there.
So no sabo. Okay. Okay. Look, I'm letting you know right now. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I know a lot of
Like,
people are like no sabo, like you ain't shit type shit. If people knew family history, they would understand. You know what I'm saying? Because back in those days, like certain Latin families didn't want to teach their kids Spanish because they wanted them to fit in as best as they could. You know what I'm saying? So
oh yeah.
that shit's understandable. I'm not gonna be the type to give you shit for that because my family went through that shit too. Um, but I speak Spanish. That's my second language. I'm a Chicano, so I'm a Mexican American, but I grew up obviously more American. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Where
So
are
two
you
two.
located?
I'm in Texas right now.
Texas,
Yeah, I'm not originally from Texas though. I'm originally from Colorado.
Colorado.
Yep,
That's nice.
land of the weed. Yep, yep. But yeah, so going back to that because in Latin and Hispanic families, family being family oriented is definitely important. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely yeah, that's definitely good that you said it because that's a key thing to Latin Americans for sure.
Mhm.
I don't know so much about other races. I don't know how family is with that, but I know for us, family is definitely important. Like if you're not close to your parents or your mom or whatever the fuck, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd just be very weird and possibly super toxic. Because if they don't get along with their parents, it's kind of like how do you know they're gonna get along with me? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Um, and parents don't like the person you're talking to as well. Create a huge issue.
Yeah,
My mom did not like my ex at all. So I feel like she kind of knew before me. Parents, they always know what's better for your what's better for your kid, your
yeah,
heart and stuff.
absolutely, absolutely. I took that for granted when I was a teenager, so I was kind of in that same boat. Especially with my first puppy love, like my parents would be like, "Nah, like she's on some hoe shit. You better watch out or get rid of that shit." And I didn't listen, and sure enough, I got fucking cheated on 3 times. You know what I'm saying? That was back in my goody goody days. I was trying to be good. That didn't work out. So, look, the moral of the story is parents do know. Like, fucking listen to them.
Mhm. Yeah. Um, yeah. Behind my mom's back a little bit when it came to my ex, and I, I do a lot, but also that's something that I would never like take away just because it hurt me. I still feel like I grew a lot from that situation, and I learned how not to fall for someone
Yeah,
and what to expect from someone. There's on
yeah.
that.
How long was the relationship?
Honestly, it wasn't long, but it was just like a really good relationship for about like 6 or 7 months.
That's still long enough for you to catch hella feelings though.
Yeah.
Like people be thinking like, oh, you gotta date him for a year or a couple years. Like, nah, you could catch hella feelings within the first fucking 3 months. Really,
Yeah.
it sounds quick
The
as hell, but you
first two
can.
weeks.
No, that's ridiculous. That's some crazy shit. Yeah, no, hell no. But is that you? You fell in 2 weeks?
um, we're like really close friends. We were like really close friends at the beginning, even months before we had started dating. So
Yeah.
I feel there, but none of us like acted on it. And then we went to a car show together, and then you know,
Okay, there you go. There you
yeah,
go. So that was the spark of it. That's cool.
pretty
I will
much, yeah.
say. I will say like take it as a learning experience for sure, for sure. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's how you should take all relationships that don't work out. Is it's all a learning experience and it's only meant to make you learn and grow as a person and become stronger. You know what I'm saying? Like I grew from my shit. I knew not to make the same mistakes. You know, because
Yeah.
I feel like even though I probably didn't, I still feel like I made hella mistakes in the way I moved around in that relationship. You know what I'm saying? So that's just shit you learn from, you grow from, and you get stronger from. Simple.
Yeah, I feel it.
And now you know exactly what to look for in a dude and what you know what I'm saying, what not to go for. You know what the red flags are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am really glad you didn't say nothing about no fucking zodiac signs or height because that shit's ridiculous. Is it
I
not ridiculous?
I could care less about height, to be honest. One of my cousins, she kind of gives me shit for it, but um, I I low key be liking guys like my height, tall guys, or like I'm not that I don't like them because like I have personality, and if you're a good person and if you treat me right, like I don't care. Like
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
yeah,
So wait, how tall are you?
I'm 5'3".
5'3". Yeah, so there's no reason, you know, to be like, yeah, I want to do this like 6 foot and taller, because it's like, why? Like, you want him to throw you on the shoulder and walk you around? Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Yeah.
just crazy. But you have people out there that say that shit.
Oh
You know, I don't know if you've
yeah.
seen like the street interviews on YouTube with the dude that goes around and asks them those questions. It'll be a female that's like 5'1" and she'll be like, I want to do that 6'7", that makes like six figures, and it's like, so you want an
Really
NBA
narrowing
player? Like,
down your options there.
yeah, it's like, so you want an NBA player, and you want someone that's not gonna look your way or even know you exist, type of dude. You know what I'm saying?
Completely unrealistic.
Completely. But that's the standards now. You know what I'm saying? And I can tell you, I'm a 5'6" man. You know, I'm part of the short king kingdom, and you know what I'm saying. Height isn't in my favor, but I feel like all that kind of goes out the window if you have a good personality. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
Speaking from
definitely.
experience, like yeah, speaking from experience and like past, you know, people I've talked to, they kind of just like they forgot about the height. Like all in general, they were just more focused on wanting to talk more and shit like that. So
Yeah.
I think it's just the short kings got to show them like that you got a good personality and that the height really don't fucking matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Don't even be giving them that chance. Like, which is
Yeah.
kind of sad to me. Like, I know a lot of great guys who are, on the shorter side, but because of their height. And
And there's a lot of dickheads on the taller side because guess what? They're getting the attention from those females, and now they think, okay, I could just play with them and do all kinds of shit. And then they're wondering why they can't find no one good. It's because you're trying to date a motherfucking basketball player. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
who
let's
can
put
give
this
less
in
of a shit.
perspective. You said what?
I said a basketball player who can give less how he makes you feel.
Real shit. Especially if they make it big. Like, you really think they're not gonna have other females fucking gloating over them? Like, come on now. Let's be
Yeah.
realistic. But to put this in perspective, right? Let's say a dude is 5'1" and he's trying to shoot his shot at you. You wouldn't care at all about the height or anything. You would still be willing to talk to him and everything. Like,
I mean,
dude shorter than you.
I'll I'll I'll, I'll feel him if he's as I said, like if he's good to me, I could get like I don't know.
I
I've dated
respect that.
guys shorter than me.
They exist. No, I'll fuck with you. But I mean, that's I respect that honestly. Not a lot of females say that shit. They're like, no, I can't do shorter than me, and it's like, why? Like, why? Like, what's the main reason? And they'll say this exactly. I kid you not. They say, I want to be able to get tossed around, and I'm like, okay, but what if the dude that's like 4'11" is strong as fuck? He's still gonna toss your ass around. You know what I mean?
And even some tall guys can't even pick you up. Like
Yeah, no, because they're like real skinny. Like they have like chicken legs and shit. I could say that I have skinny legs myself, shit. But yeah, I just don't get the whole hype around height, and I especially don't get the hype around zodiac signs. Like,
Oh yeah, I
what's
don't
the?
even know all the zodiac signs.
I don't either. I barely even know mine. You know what I'm saying? And people will
Hmm.
ask me, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm Aquaman. What you want me to do? You know,
That's funny.
I just don't understand how that. You know, people actually judge other people by that too. You know what I mean? Like they'll literally have that mindset of if you're a Virgo or whatever the fuck, I can't talk to you. Like
Like, ugh,
that's.
a Gemini.
You said what?
People be hating on like Geminis and shit. That's the main one I hear. Gemini.
Hey, I'm an Aquarius, and you know, people aren't too fond of me being that either. But it is what it is.
I don't get the correlation, but
I don't either. It's the time and day and all that bullshit when I was born. Like it
what does
don't
that
fucking matter.
have to do with person?
That's what I'm saying. Everyone has their own personal. Thank you, thank you. We're gonna be really good friends just because that. Like if you were the opposite and you're like zodiac signs mean everything, like it'd probably be a whole ass debate. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh yeah,
Like
definitely.
I don't get heated, but I get really in the moment. So I would, you know, I would come guns blazing. But we're on the same track, so we're good. We're good. We're good.
Hmm.
So what's the most toxic relationship you experienced out of your whole life?
Honestly, I've been kind of, I've been kind of blessed in a toxic relationship. But if I had to pick like the my most recent one, just because of how everything ended, and like I feel like when they were like really stupid things,
Yeah.
but we couldn't ever like leave each other. I don't know. It was even when we weren't together, we were like talking for a little bit, went dead silent.
So it's like kind of one of those things you regret not trying to make it work type of deal.
Um, I mean, yes and no, because I felt like I would work. I was always the one like begging for him and like to try to resolve things when he wasn't willing to do that on his side. Like just like simple things like not texting me back, or like will freak out if you lag on me. But like as long as you give me a reason, or let me know if like you're okay, because he would go out a lot,
Yeah.
so I would just tell him like make sure you text me when you're home because I want to make sure you're okay, like that, which kind of
That's,
like yeah.
yeah, I fuck with that. I fuck with that. See, that's you being caring. Yeah, that's you being caring for sure. Um, you can't fuck with the one sided bullshit like at all.
Oh,
No, 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 no. And
yeah.
at least you know now. Like as soon as you see the first sign, you're like, yeah, fuck that. I'm not doing that. You know, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna waste my energy on that bullshit. You know, I had to
But it's
learn
also
that.
made it talk to people and kind of like trust people when they talk to me, because I have that feeling that no one's gonna give me that same respect that I gave them.
Yeah.
So I've been really distant with people, not just like males, but just like friends in general. Like, I had a hard time with trusting people a little bit more than I usually do.
Well, it's definitely really fucking tough in this generation because people can show you a certain side for a good amount of time, like a month to a couple months. And then once you guys are comfortable, then they start kind of showing their real and their true self. And then you're like, that's not who the fuck I met. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck this person is. And that's what's scary about it. That's what's scary about dating in this generation. You know what I'm saying? So
Which
I would say for you, don't even focus on that. You know what I'm saying? Focus on keep doing your thing, keep doing everything you're doing right now, but don't focus on finding the right dude because eventually that's just gonna fall in place. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Everything falls in place once you start focusing on what you got to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been good off relationships relationships. I've been trying to talk to my friends a little bit more because I've
Yeah.
noticed me distance, and I feel like that's just, it was healthy for like the little time, like the little healing period. I find myself wanting to talk to my friends more.
Yeah.
I'm actually moving to a different, bit nervous about that, like finding new people to talk to, because I'm not gonna know anyone. It's just, it's a lot of different things kind of weighing onto me, but
Yeah.
I can do it. Like, it's not
Hell
the
yeah.
end of the world.
Oh yeah, you got it. Like don't rush it, but don't be afraid to get out there and meet people, talk to people. People are nicer than you think. Don't let don't let social media fool you. There's a lot of dickheads on social media, but in real life, they're probably the nicest fucking people you'll ever meet. You know,
Yeah.
isn't that kind of weird?
And,
How in person they're a certain way, but then social media they're this person.
oh
Isn't that
yeah,
a little weird?
social media is just all fake.
Yeah,
That's just, of course, there's some people who use their platform for like good purposes, inspirational, all that type of shit. But like, there's also some people who are completely different than how they are online. It's a whole different persona, a whole different, like, them, and
yeah,
it's really hard to differentiate that sometimes. But when
yeah.
you realize what's fake and realize what's real, it's a lot easier to kind of move on with life.
Absolutely, absolutely. And with that, right? Are you into like the celebrity type shit or not really?
Not really. I don't follow up with celebrities.
No. Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, kind of, sort of, like kind of. Yeah.
I
No,
stay
it's, I
curious
have.
about it, but like I don't get so intrigued into it where I'm hours and hours trying to figure out who's with who, what happened with who, like
No,
lives.
no. I bring it up because something funny happened today, type of deal. And I don't know if you know who
Mm-hmm.
the rapper Saweetie is, right?
Uh-huh. I think I've heard of him.
so, so she
Yeah.
made a
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
recent post. She made a recent post that she was at the fight that was this weekend. She was like doing the ring girl Fansly shit.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, when she was there, the main event was going on, and she wasn't even really like watching it. She was just kind of sitting there with a stank face kind of deal. And I feel like that's because and from what I see, is because she didn't have the attention on her, and because they told her to not do the ring shit no more, like let the other girls do it type of deal. So
Like
she
a
kind of
jealous
sat
type
there.
of it.
Yeah, so she sat there looking, pissed off and not even watching the fight, just kind of just staring forward. And I made a comment on it. Oh shit! Did you freeze? Oh no! Wait. Okay, there we go. Um, no, so I made a comment on it. You know what I'm saying? Just because I thought it was funny. Like I wasn't doing showing no hate or nothing. And I made a comment on it. It got a good amount of likes, and people were joking about it with me. But then some of her like fan people got up in there and started talking their shit. I was like, "Oh, she's getting money. Who gives a fuck? Good. Let her do her thing." And I was like, I just made a comment that I thought was funny. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck, you know?
It's not like you were coming at her.
No, I mean, kind of in a way, but like not like in a hateful way. It was just kind of like I thought that was
Yeah.
funny.
Not with someone with such a big platform like that. Such a little comment is not gonna in that way. I don't know. It's just, I feel like
That's what I'm saying.
people do so much, but they're just normal people, you know,
That's what I'm
with a
saying.
little bit
Yeah,
more attention.
they're normal people. Yeah, they're normal people at the end of the day, but their fans make it to where they're like a fucking goddess or god or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, okay, cool. She made her money. Everyone made money that night. You know what I'm saying? Everyone fucking did. So it doesn't matter. Money's temporary. Money's cool to have, but are you gonna have it in the future? That's what really fucking matters. And people just kept putting that out there. Like she made her money. Like, okay, cool. What's she doing with it? You know what I'm saying? That's what matters. Like, is she fucking putting it somewhere where she's gonna make more money or investing it? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
nobody knows what they're using it for. They could be using it for some shit that's ruin, you know, humanity at the end of the day, or like some shit that's gonna causing it into charities or different shit like that.
Well, knowing how celebrities are these days, they don't really throw too much at charities, and that's kind of sad. You know what I mean? Like they don't really do shit like that. They kind of bless themselves, getting them the cars, these new fucking Louis bags, the Chanel shit. You know, hey, chill. Anyway, yeah, people don't really use it for charity type shit, just on themselves. And knowing how she is, she definitely probably did use it to get more shit. But I don't know, people just hyped up how she made money. Like, okay, cool. Like you can make money doing anything these days. Like, it's not hard.
I mean, anything can turn into a job. To be honest,
It
if
can.
you really study, it can get you money one way or another.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it should be a goal to get money and be successful and do all that shit. There's nothing wrong with that. But to flex on it, like, oh, I get paid to do this and that and that, and it's like, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I bet the next girl can do that shit too. Like it don't
Yeah.
matter. I don't know. That's why I don't really get into celebrities too much. I just talk about my experiences with certain public figures and shit. It's funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I probably wouldn't be able to have a whole conversation about celebrities either way because I don't. But
That's good. Stay clear of it. Stay clear of it. I'm trying my best to stay clear of it, but when I see some funny, goofy shit, like I can't hold my tongue. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's it's, it's not always a good thing, but I mean, I don't try to hate on anybody.
But at the end of the day, I'm sure all those people attacking you and stuff, probably all of them interacting with your account made a little bit, even if it was like one or two, it still gave you some interaction, And
Absolutely,
a
that's
lot
the
of
way I see it.
mm-hmm.
Absolutely, that's the way I see it. Like whether if it's love or hate, like it's some way, shape or form, some love. So fuck it, let them hate. I mean, in my little, the little request section on the DMs,
Mm-hmm.
I'll get like cool ass messages of people that are like, pumping me up and shit, saying some positive shit. And then at the same time, I'll get some hate in there, and I'm just kind of like, whatever, dude. You saw my
Yeah, but
profile, you saw my
that
shit, so
yeah, all that comes with publicity, like um, some type of interaction out of it. Like I've been seeing a bunch of TikTok comments being some hating ass comments, and the video has like 8.2 million. All those people interacting and hating on that one person, they don't realize that it's just making them grow and get money off of it, basically.
exactly. But I could tell you, I don't really care for all that. I don't care about the publicity and shit. Like I like the moments like this where I get to network, get to meet different people, different backgrounds, you know, different shit, and it's a cool experience to do. Honestly, I love podcasting. It's like a new passion I found a couple years ago, and I love networking. It's something cool I get to do.
Yeah, that's good. I sit here and conversate with a bunch of people. I feel like I have too much. Um, I'm trying to kind of break that. This is me kind of breaking my social. I'm not used to really talking to people. I've been kind of kept so. It's kind of this is me just trying to break out of that barrier. Like myself, who I
Yeah.
am. Yeah.
I got you. I got you. And I'm glad you did. I'm glad you decided to get up on here and come by and come chop it up. You know what I mean? It's a cool thing. It's a cool vibe for sure. What
Yeah.
ultimately made you want to do a podcast? Because not everyone's fond of it. Not everyone's fond of like speaking in front of a camera and like you know being
Yeah.
on camera and type of deal.
I mean, probably like what I said, my social anxiety a little bit, me trying to open up, I guess, talk to more people. I've as I said, California all my life. I don't travel anywhere. I don't do much. So me asking someone at the store for help, like that would give me severe social anxiety so recently.
Yeah.
So this is just me.
No, you're good. I mean, there's a lot of I have anxiety with that shit too, but the more you step out of that comfort zone, the more you get comfortable with it. Like I could tell you I'd say a good 5 years from now, I wouldn't be able to do this shit. You know what I mean? Like I'd be having anxiety, all kinds. I'd be kind of shaking, like trying not to say nothing stupid type of deal. You know what I mean? But then once I kind of
Yeah,
figure, like, who cares if I do? Who cares if I say something stupid? At the end of the day, we're talking it up, we're chopping it up. If people don't like it, who gives a fuck? If people love it, cool. It is what it
yeah.
is.
Again, with that whole thing, like people are still watching it. People are interacting in some type of way.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're gonna get people that say stupid shit. You're gonna get people that say some cool ass shit. You get the best of both worlds. But either way, guess what? You grow from it. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You being on the podcast here, you grow from it, no matter what. So all the motherfuckers hating, who gives a shit? That's a simple way of putting it. Who cares? They're
My
getting
I'm
you where
sorry.
you need to go. I don't say they're getting you where you need to be.
Yeah. Um. Actually, my Instagram account, friends and stuff, people I know from school. So me posting that I was joining, I had a lot of people like, "Oh, what are you gonna do?" I was like, "Just talk." Like a few people who were like, "You're going on a podcast? Like, what are you gonna talk about?" I feel like a lot of people just don't realize that you don't have to be talking about having a conversation with somebody. Like, sure, there can be some moments in the conversations and like a little bit more about your background or like your life story, family history, but sometimes where it's just like casual talking, and people find this entertaining.
Yeah. So were they saying it in a way like, what are you gonna talk about, like in a hateful, stupid type of way, or like just genuinely curious?
I mean, I had a little bit of both, but I kind of just laughed it off
Yeah.
because at
What?
the end of the
And
day,
you,
what are they going to do about
and
it?
you said school. So is this college or is this high school?
High school,
High school. So this is your senior year,
junior.
junior year. Okay. So the youngest one to get on the podcast. That's crazy. So with you being on a podcast like this, that's pretty decently known, right?
hmm
What do you have to say to those people that were giving you shit? That were saying that. What do you have to talk about?
Oh, I mean, less about what people say. Um, at the end of the day, it's not gonna. You're just taking time out of your day to say something to belittle me. All of that could be just like completely disregarded by me. I can, and I feel like a lot of people should kind of do that because at the end of the day, what are they doing for your life? You know, you're your
Absolutely,
own
absolutely.
person. You are able to make your own decisions for yourself. You shouldn't let anybody feel about yourself or how you feel about decisions that you make.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, this is kind of cool that I have someone that's still in high school on here, and the reason why I say that is because my perspective obviously is going to be different from yours. High school. I graduated, during the peak of COVID in 2020, so people weren't as on some dumb shit back then. Like still kind of were, but they weren't like in a sense where like they're gonna down talk you. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Because nobody knew who was gonna get anywhere, and I could tell you most of the people I graduated with are probably still where they're at. Kind of just barely getting by type of deal. That's just the kind of school I went to.
Mm-hmm.
But for you, the same thing could be the same case. You can end up
Oh
getting
yeah.
up there. They're still gonna be in the same fucking area, same doing the same shit, not doing
Mm-hmm.
anything. You know what I mean? While you're doing what you want to do. So
Yeah. It just depends depends on how people use their time. You're using your energy to belittle people. I feel like that's just reflecting a lot on yourself, and it's just it's just kind of disgusting. Like you
It is.
can't,
It is very.
yeah, you can't be hating on somebody and then
Were these people that were saying that, were they people that you just kind of know, or like people that you do talk to at school?
people that I kind of know. I know some who had went onto Instagram. I know a few of them, but really close to, like, a lot of my friends that I'm really close to were encouraging me. People were like, "Oh, watch all that stuff." It was a lot of support, but then there was also like some hate.
There's always gonna be hate. There's always gonna be hate, no matter what.
Oh yeah,
But from those coming from your school, it's even funnier to me because look where you're at. You're on this podcast. They're not doing anything as
they're
far as
probably
networking
sitting.
or yeah. They're gonna. I'm willing to guarantee you they're gonna sit there and they're gonna watch this shit. As soon as me and you post this shit on social media, they're gonna click the fucking link and they're gonna watch it. Guaranteed.
Oh yeah,
Because all that shit talk, guess what? That means they're still curious, right? You're still gonna be
yeah,
curious about how the episode went. So there you go.
yeah. It's
Now
funny.
you have something. Now you have something to show them, and God bless them.
Yeah, like, I'm doing this. What are you doing?
They're gonna get curious, and I'm going to bet you they're gonna watch it. Straight up, let me know
Mhm.
how many of them watch your stories when you post it.
Oh yeah.
Straight up, straight up, because it's funny as hell to see.
Mhm. Like,
But with that being said, we're about at the hour mark,
mhm.
and I want to say I appreciate you coming on. Keep doing your thing. Keep doing what you got to do. Focus on the right shit, and you'll get where you want to go.
Thank you, and thank you for having me on this opportunity.
Absolutely. Go ahead. Shout out your social medias for everybody.
Is You're a Lost Hope. Instagram is Audrey Molina, and that's pretty much it. I don't really use anything else.
Oh, oh yeah. Y'all go give the young one a follow. She's on her rise, and she will continue to be on her rise. Keep doing your thing. All right.
Too.
All right. Appreciate you coming on.